Hey guys, welcome back to the Joven Finance YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about what to do if you get a stimulus check. But instead of spending it on new shoes, I will show you the best way to use that money to jumpstart a better future for yourself. And also, I have a big announcement. We now have Joven Finance merch. I don't know why I did it, but it was actually a lot of fun putting my logo on a bunch of products. So if you want your own Joven Finance merch, like a t-shirt or sweatshirt, and we have some other things as well, click the link down below. And with that said, let's get into the video. Now, it might be too late to make a video about a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get money from the government, but I think this video was kind of a cool concept, and this information also works for if you win the lottery or come into a lot of money like inheritance or something like that. So, the very first thing that you're going to do when you see all of that money in your bank account is to walk away. Walk away and come back a few days later. When you first see that money in your bank account, the first thing that you're going to want to do is to spend it on new clothes or electronics or whatever you're really into. Think about it for a few days and process it. Think about what the best use for that money would be. Don't just jump on the first idea you have because it might be something you regret later on. So, number one, think about the money. It's not going anywhere, so you want to process it and find a good plan for the money that will benefit you for decades to come. So, you have taken a few days and you are now ready to start putting your money to good use. So, here are some of the best things that I could come up with. But, keep in mind, if you have credit card debt or any other kind of crushing debt, maybe consider paying that off first. These ideas would be best if the rest of your finances are in good standing. So, number one is to open a Roth IRA. Because this is money that you weren't even planning on getting, you might as well put it towards retirement. If you got a stimulus check for $1,400 and you put it into a Roth IRA for 50 years at a 7% annual return, in 50 years you would have $41,000 just from an initial $1,400 investment. It does take 50 years, but I would rather have $41,000 in 50 years than $1,400 now. Also, to open most Roth IRA accounts, you need to put in $1,000 just to get into the fund. So it works out perfectly. Even if you don't want to put the full check towards retirement, take $1,000 of it and put it into a Roth IRA fund. Then, take the remaining money and go buy something that makes you happy today. Because personal finance is all about living for today and saving for tomorrow. So, number two would be to put it into the markets, whether that's an S&P 500 index or individual stocks. Putting it into the markets is so much better than just buying a new pair of Jordans that have no value. Buy blue chip stocks that will go up in value over time, and later you can sell them for a massive return. Another idea that you can also do is to buy dividend paying stocks that will pay you 3 to 8% annually just for holding the stock. So, they pay you just for holding the stock, and then the stock has the opportunity to also go up in value, which is a bigger return for you. Finally, number three would be to start building an emergency fund. Take about 2/3 of the check and put it into a bank account that is super safe. It won't really gain any interest there, but it will be super safe. And if you ever have an unexpected medical bill or emergency, you will have some money to help pay for it. Having an emergency fund is a very good thing, because if you have any problems, you will already have the money needed to help pay for those expenses. Without the emergency fund, and you have a big medical bill come up, it'll be harder to pay that off because you need to get the money from somewhere. It's easier if the money was already set aside before the unexpected expense, which makes it easier to pay it off. Now, some big things to remember. If you have credit card debt or any student loan debt and you come into a sum of money, the best thing to do would be to just pay it off. Even if you can't pay it all off, getting rid of some of the debt will make it easier to pay it off in the future. Also, before you start investing into higher risk investments like the stock market, make sure you already have a savings and checkings account with a local bank. And make sure you have safer investments like bonds and retirement account. With retirement accounts, make sure you don't need or want the money in the near future, because once you put it into a retirement account, you won't see that money for a few decades. You will still have access to the money, but if you take any of the money out, you will get big penalties for doing so. So, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.